What is up, everybody? BlueDog35 here. I am working at my messy table. I need to clean it, but there's some other crap that I'm doing that's a little more important than cleaning my table. Mostly aesthetic improvements for my vehicle. Not that, you know, it really matters because it's not in running shape at the moment, but this is a spoiler or wing or wind deflector, whatever you would like to call it. I'm not here to play semantics, I'm just here to make videos. This is a USDM Subaru Forester wing. It's not the dust deflector, which is just like a piece of plastic that is flat and kind of goes at an angle, like a 45-ish degree angle on the back of the car. This one is the sport spoiler, whatever you want to, you know, figure out to designate that. So I'm painting it white. It was originally green. I have a video or pictures or something up on Instagram that shows this installed when it was still green. And what I'm doing now is I am just sanding out the runs and the nasty bits of the white coat that I put on. So I'm gonna sand them down, repaint them, and that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna rush it because, you know, car's not gonna be on the road for a little while, and I want it to look half decent. I'm just painting it flat white, nothing super important, nothing super crazy. I may put a sticker or two on it because, you know, I love stickers. So I'm just looking and going over, finding any runs, finding any streaks or anything like that, any parts where the paint didn't fully evenly sit, you know, and dry on the surface. And I'm just gonna rough it up a little with the sandpaper, wipe off the shavings or whatever you want to call it, and then I'm gonna go from there. There's some peel right here that I'm not gonna be able to get out, but there's also some over here. But luckily enough, it's on the bottom that, you know, so not many people are gonna see it. And I mean, let's face it, take one look at my car. I'm not really in it for looks. I'm not really trying to win any concours or anything like that. I just want it to look nice to me and all that stuff. All my stickers that I have are for me, and they reflect something that, you know, something that I like. So, there's only one or two more spots that I need to get. But after I do this and hit it with a quick little touch-up coat. So my plan after I finish this is to take the timing apart once again. I found a crusty tensioner, and I don't know if it works. I don't know if it's anything good or special or whatever, but it did take to my tool to push to recompress it, and it is bowing out the pin. If you can see that, there's a slight bend to it. And then I'm also going to take all the idlers off this time, inspect them each individually, which I probably should have done when I put them on the car. I think I did, but I can't really remember because it was a while ago. And then after I do that, I'm going to find the best idlers that I have and the best tensioner that I have, which now is this one. I don't even know if it works. And then after that, put it all back together, wrestle with the timing belt again, and all the marks, all the markings, and pretty much put it back together, start it, and see if it still ticks like a bitch. And if it does, you know, it's really no loss because it's just the same story as was before. I just need to buy all new timing components, and that will set back the road debut even further. Before I knew it had timing problems, or before I knew the idlers were bad, I did drive it to AutoZone in Cole Township. It's like a maybe like a 3.5 mile drive, and that's before it started ticking like crazy. So it's something that went wrong while I was driving it. I should have had my dash cam going, but I didn't. My dash cam being my GoPro. I didn't have it going, unfortunately, but I didn't open it up or, you know, give it the beans or anything. I just kind of drove like a grandma the whole way, and yeah, so I really don't have any input to what, you know, caused it, aside from me using old parts, mixing up the old parts to the new parts and all that stuff, because I did just put a timing belt, and I put a brand new Gates timing kit on it. Trash trucks and cars going by and everything, so we'll just keep sanding, pretend like nothing's happening. No, I'm not trying to film here. Nope, audio isn't a problem. Nope. It's okay. Looks like I've been sticking my hands in baby powder. Yeah, spray paint sandings do not feel like talc powder at all. I mean, it's fluffy, but it's not. Yeah. But anyways, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by a garbage truck, I put a brand new Gates timing belt on it. That's what I was saying. I put a brand new Gates timing belt on it and timing kit that came with the water pump and all the idlers and the tensioner and the belt. And I did that maybe 4,000 to 6,000 miles ago. So, I mean, the components that I have should still be good. You don't do the timing belt every 4,000 miles. So, with these cars, you usually do them every 80,000 miles. But Gates isn't what it used to be. Unfortunately, kind of like a Fram situation. I think they got sold, and they're still one of the better brands to get the timing components from, but they're not what they used to be. But anyways, I'm going to take the whole front of the engine apart, and I'm also going to check my cam pulleys to see if they've backed off or anything. I don't think they have. They shouldn't have. But it should be decent. It should go well today, I hope. Barring, you know, I can find everything in this mess. I did clean quite a bit. I did a lot of garbage pickup, and I did a lot of soul searching. No, I got a lot of garbage and crap picked up. There's still some idler pulleys on the floor over there, but I'm pretty sure those are from the old engine from when I took it apart. I got to break out the shop vac and vacuum up a whole bunch of kitty litter that I used to pick up an oil spill. And then the big pile of parts that I have over here is mostly from the Subaru, the red Subaru, the red Forester that I got for parts. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a quick look through that pile. I'm just going to assemble all of my timing components in one place, just put them in a pile, feel them all, and see which ones are best and which ones are in good shape. And hopefully I can get everything sorted and together and make something out of today. So I'm going to shut the camera off because it's got 10 minutes of battery left. Throw the battery on the quick charger. And I'm going to do what I just said and rip the front of the motor apart. And when I come back, there should be a clean area directly in front of me. And I will be going through all the tensioners and idlers and all that stuff and hopefully figuring everything out. Alright, so I'm taking a short break to rest my my fat bones and back and stuff. But this is the timing belt from the car. It is in good shape. It's practically brand new. It's a Dayco part. 94866 95304. Apparently it's made in Italy. This is the parts or the numbers that I just red. I don't know if that's the actual part number because I kind of tossed the box, but you can look it up online if you need to. So I am going to go through what I believe is up with the car currently, and it's a little embarrassing because when I put the cylinder heads together, I put the cam gears on with my rattle gun, like my torque wrench, my impact driver, and it had a full charge. It's not the greatest, but I figured, you know, give it a couple ooga-doogas and it'll be fine. Apparently it wasn't, because when I took the timing belt off to redo everything after I swapped out and looked at all my pulleys, which I know I said I was going to do, but after I found this out, I kind of figured that was my rattle. The bolt had backed out a bit, and the actual pulley itself was kind of wobbly. It wasn't a whole bunch. I took it off, I looked at it, it looked fine. There was no, you know, broken marks or anything. Nothing was broke. The keyway was fine. And yeah, I torqued it back down and I looked up the spec. I torqued it to spec, and hopefully the rattle will go away. Hopefully. Because the rest of the engine sounded fine. Like, I used my mechanic stethoscope in a previous video, and it was absolutely fine. So, at least it sounded fine. So I'm hoping that's what it is. And once I'm done with my my energy drink here, I'm going to put the timing belt back on, which is a pain, but I'm going to put the timing belt back on and put all the accessories back on. Give it a start. And see where that takes me. Doug wants to come down and see. I'm going to try and get it done before 2. It's 1:30 right now. So, yeah, it shouldn't take me very long unless the belt decides to be a little, you know, rascal and be a pain, which I just spent like maybe 10 minutes trying to get it off. I had to get a whole bunch of the idlers off just to undo it from the cam gears and all that stuff, and that's when I felt that the cam gear was loose on the passenger side. Now that is the side that I took apart to check the camshaft itself. When I was first putting the engine back together, after I finished the short block, I took apart the the passenger side cylinder head to check and see if the camshaft itself had any scoring on it. Because the previous engine that it was on had rod knock, and rod knock means little metal particulates through the filter or through the oil, and we don't want that. So that is the camshaft that I took apart, and in order to take it fully apart, you do have to take the cam gear off. So my guess is that there was some sort of oversight on my part, which is usually the case. And yeah, so my own, you know, my own Homer Simpson moment, and hopefully, you know, I drove it to AutoZone like that, so that's kind of sketchy, knowing that my new motor could have blown up. I don't like that thought. Check, double check, triple check, quadruple check, and then just for good measure, check again. Alright, let me just do one more check, because I'm neurotic like that, nothing left on the... Okay, the tools on top of the engine. Okay.
You might want to remove those two.
What?
Those 2 bolts.
That's not a bolt.
The sockets.
It's on the battery. It's not going to do anything. Alright, so I've redone the timing. I have tightened the cam sprocket that is loose, or that was loose, and hopefully this will get rid of the loud ass noise. I don't have my tablet.
Where is it?
It's upstairs. I'm not gonna make you go get it. Alright, contact.
whistling. It's gone. Dude, that was it.
Pretty much. The smoke is just oil that fell on the header when I did the valves.
Dude, no more.
No more clacking or clicking or knocking.
I still think we should completely replace your whole timing set.
That's definitely for the future, but I think it's okay. I think it's going to be okay to drive.
I agree, but as a precaution, we should replace it.
I can hear a little ticking, but I don't think it's anything in here. I think it's... I legitimately think it's just
car noise?
yeah, Subaru noises. And then all this oil that's burning off is fine. It doesn't smell like rubber, so I know it looks like it's coming off the belt.
But it's not.
No. If it was coming off the belt, then this would have worn away, the writing on the belt. And it smells like burning, like PV Blaster and just shit that I was using to...
I trust you. Dude, now that's what it's supposed to sound
I
like.
deem it successful.
That is... The noise is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I say it's good. Alright, I'm going to shut it off and I will work on the rest tomorrow. It's definitely got an exhaust leak still, but just some OE gaskets will fix that. Some OE header gaskets. So I'm recording this last part on my phone here because my actual camcorder, I think the battery is defective or something. I bought a cheap extended life battery and an external charger, and for some reason it's not holding a charge. I just had it on the charger for like an hour and it lasted for like 20 seconds when I plugged the battery back in and started recording. But anyways, this is going to be just I guess the credits. I want to thank a whole bunch of people for helping with the car because it's pretty much done. I want to thank my friend Matt. I want to thank my friend Perry. I want to thank Doug. I want to thank all the people who have helped me, like from the Piston Cup Series racing that I do on Xbox. We got Mike. We got Chuck. We got Frank. Kyle. Eric. There's a whole bunch of people. Ryan. Damien to an extent. Wambo. You know, some of them have helped out both financially and with helping me with supplies. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Miles, who is super awesome, and I just sent a Blue Dog 35 sticker to him. He lives all the way over in the UK. Let's see. I want to give a shout out to Senseless Tuning and Homebrew Subaru. Homebrew and Senseless are both fellow YouTubers who do the Subi stuff, and you know, pretty good stuff. So if you want to check out their channels, then they'll be somewhere around here. I haven't seen much of Senseless Tuning on YouTube. I've talked to him on Facebook and stuff recently, but they're also active on, I don't know about Homebrew, I don't know if he has an Instagram, but Senseless Tuning is on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, which segues to Instagram. If you go Google search Dank Squad Productions, there's a guy who makes decals, and he sent me a bunch of Fozzie decals because that's, I guess, well, not I guess, but that's what the Australians call the Forester. And what I did, I will put a picture up now, which is also as of right now, the most recent picture on my Instagram page. What I did was I took one, put it on, and spray painted over it, and then peeled it off so it's like a negative image. I like the way that looks personally, so that's what I went with. As you can probably tell, I don't really care about the bumpers or anything like that because they're made of plastic. It's not painted. I don't really care. But if you want a sticker of your own, leave a comment and I will pick 2 people to get a sticker, one of these Fozzie stickers, and I will send it out. Holy wind. Bunch of leaves came in. But yeah, if you want one of these stickers, then leave a comment and say that you want a sticker, and I'll pick 2 or 3. Well, I'll pick 2 people to send a sticker to. One of these. And if you want one of your own, like I said, hit up Dank Squad Productions. Google search and it'll take you to his Instagram page. And I will also link in the description. So, yeah, check them out. But anyways, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to have the car back. I'm excited to start driving again, start driving a stick shift again, because I've been using that van over there for a while. And, yeah, I think the final project, at least temporarily, or, you know, for the short term, is going to be to clean up a lot of the mess to my left here. I did a lot when the Steve came down with his like 260,000 mile Outback, and we were gonna do ball joints and all that stuff, but we ended up doing half a tune-up and oil change. And oh, there's a squirrel. See you later, buddy. We ended up doing like half a tune-up and a few other things. But anyways, here is some video from that. What is up, everybody? Blue Dog 35 here. Sorry for my muffled fat guy voice. I am underneath a 2001 Subaru Outback. Oh, pardon me while I hit puberty. 2001 Subaru Outback. This thing has 260,000 miles. 260. Just for confirmation, this is how many miles it has. Okay, so we're doing the O2 sensor. We were going to do the ball joints, but the previous owner either didn't say anything or whatever, but the pinch bolt is sheared completely off. This thing is remarkably clean for how old it is and how many miles it has on it. And the fact that it came from New Jersey, that is absolutely stunning. But I am making this video mainly for anybody who knows anything about Subarus knows that if you do the oxygen sensor, they are an absolute bear usually. I'm putting a 22 mil wrench on it and I am turning it. Very, very little effort to do this, and it's coming off, which is absolutely amazing. There'll probably be some more on this car, but I just figured I would film this because this is absolutely crazy. The guy who owned it previous to my friend Steve seems to have taken very, very good care of it. The entire service history is in like the owner's manual, and it's crazy how detailed it is. It's like Carfax ain't got shit on this. So we're gonna do some more with this car. We're eventually gonna be pulling the engine, doing the clutch, doing the head gaskets and timing, just as preventative maintenance and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna finish up this. We might do a shifter bushing because it's got, you know, the typical Subaru shifter slop. But I will be back with a little bit more video once we get this thing on the ground and running around.